Hey, what's up, everybody? How y'all doing? Happy day, happy Saturday to everyone. Did y'all notice the press conference President Donald Trump did the other day? Yeah, he had Fauci and them in the back. They had on their face masks. Very appropriate. Very appropriate, because they need to shut up. See, Fauci did an interview with the Senate the other day, or was it the House Representatives? And he spread more fear. And see, and wearing those face masks is nothing but a tactic of fear. Okay? A tactic of fear. Because they don't want America to be the same. They want America not to come back to a normal state, but they want it to come back to an abnormal state, where people can declare a state of emergency and a pandemic, and then state all of these types of control over people, circumvent everyone's constitutional right of freedom, and therefore introducing tyranny. Okay? But President Donald Trump is going to fire Fauci, I guarantee you. He's going to fire him. See, what President Donald Trump learned is that you cannot come into these politics where these people have been around for a long time. Fauci's been here since Bush. I'm talking about the older Bush, Bush Sr. He's been around for a long time. And you cannot come in like a bull in the china shop and start kicking and bucking and knocking everybody around. To drain the swamp, you have to be savvy. And you're going to get more done by being nice. Okay? Listen, when people ask him about Fauci, it used to make my eyebrows go up like this, you know. I'm like, man, don't do that. But now I understand what he's doing. You have to pretend to be nice, and you have to keep your enemies close to you. They know you know what's in their heart the whole time. You know they hate you. You know they're undermining your vision. But they know the game, and they have the media on their side. And the moment you fire Fauci right now in the midst of this pandemic, it's going to go crazy. They're going to talk about Trump is trying to kill everybody, and that's going to delay the moving forward with opening up the country. And Donald Trump wants this country to open up, so it's going to save a bunch of lives and make his enemies look even worse for the things they've done. There's a lot of things we got to get to, but if we start cranking the media up on another story, they're always looking for another story whereby which they could spin it and make things look bad. Let's say case in point, right? When President Trump fired James Comey, now we see the results, right? We see that those FBI notes came out and show that James Comey sent those agents in there to question Michael Flynn when it was illegal and it was against tradition and it was against all of their policies. And James Comey was a corrupt cop. But the media made it out like President Donald Trump was firing him because they are investigating him for the Russia investigation, which turned out to be a Russia hoax and a lie. They were trying to take the president down and kick him out of office, and it all started with President Obama. And if Donald Trump go in there and you fired this man Fauci right now in the midst of this pandemic, it's going to be a wildfire. It's going to go crazy, and it's going to be months before this country opens up, and it's going to give the Democrat governors more reason to lock the people down in their states. But don't fool yourself. The moment President Donald Trump gets a break, right now he's like, oh, Fauci, I love him. Fauci's my friend. Fauci's my buddy. I like Fauci. I think he's very smart. He's very intelligent. And when that's over, he's out of here. You'll notice that President Donald Trump does that even with dictators like the one over in North Korea, the president of China. He did all that stuff. He does that because you don't want to show your hand. You don't want to show people what you got cooking for them, right? So yes, it's best to keep Fauci right where he is. Keep him right there until all this stuff blows over. And as soon as it blows over, fire him. The media wanted Trump to fire him right away. That's what they were setting him up, because they was asking him a question a few weeks ago. Where's Fauci? Are you going to fire Fauci? Is there a problem? No. President Donald Trump said, no, there's no problem with me and Fauci. I love Fauci. I think he's really intelligent. And he may be intelligent. He may be nice. But President Donald Trump knows what types of deception that man is involved in. I can guarantee you that. Just like he knew about James Comey. Just like he knew about a lot of those deep staters that was remained behind from Obama's cabinet to mess with the Donald Trump campaign and presidency. Right? So I like what he's doing. I like that he's taking his time. And I'm glad he haven't fired Fauci, Dr. Fauci yet. Yeah, I like the way he's playing ball. That's smart. That's smart. But Donald Trump knows what's happening. He knows what's going on with these people. Right? They were talking about flattening the curve. If we flatten the curve, we're going to be okay. Let's just flatten the curve, everybody. Let's just flatten the curve. Let's make sure there's no deaths. So now there's no deaths are going down. We're doing a far more tests, and there are a lot less cases of it. Right? There's a lot less cases. There's a lot less death. We're flattening the curve. And now they're saying, oh, we want to make sure that there are no deaths. What? That's not what y'all was telling us at first. Y'all said we're going to flatten the curve and then we're going to open up. Yeah, we got to make sure there's no deaths. We got to make sure it's safe. And so now it's 3 more months. And they're going to keep backing it up and keep backing it up. But there's going to be so much pressure on these states to open up because people want to get out. People want to live their lives, and people want to open up their businesses and go back to work. You know? So, everybody's not losers. Everybody's not sitting back trying to live their life on a welfare check and on an EPMD card. We don't want to live that kind of life. That's miserable. That's miserable. You know, people want to feel the dignity of going out and earning their income, earning their check. If a man doesn't work, he don't eat. Is dignity with that. Dignity comes with paying your way instead of having somebody drag you through life and you being a burden, a big grown man eating off of somebody else. You're sitting in somebody's house not paying bills. You're not helping in any kind of way. You're just a weight. That's miserable, man. You don't do that. You got to get out and carry your load until the time comes to where you can, cover folks, cover your family, take care of that, provide. Right? Yeah. President Donald Trump is playing it right. He's playing it just right. And when this is over, there's going to be a lot of things exposed and a lot of things uncovered. President Donald Trump knows about Fauci. I showed a video some time ago, a few weeks ago, where President Donald Trump was telling Dr. Fauci to go back to the deep state office. He knows what's up. So yeah, these people are peddling in fear. And you'll notice that the people who wears the mask are mostly Democrats. And the people who don't want to wear a mask are mostly Republicans. Right? Why is that? Because a lot of people who are peddling in fear, they want the country to remain shut down because they're Democrats. And they're doing it for political purposes. They think that this is going to hurt President Donald Trump. I'm not concerned about them hurting Donald Trump, and President Donald Trump is not concerned about them hurting him. We're worried about the hurt and the pain that's going to come to our country and to people. You're going to have far more people affected by a depression than you will with some little flu. Far more people will be affected by this depression in America, and America's not working, than people just getting a flu and a few people passing away. And I hate that. I hate that anybody has to die from this. But why ain't y'all mad at Bill Gates? Bill Gates and China released this on America. Why aren't y'all mad at them? Why is all the indignation pointed at President Donald Trump? Because the indignation is not about a pandemic nor a disease, nor is it about the death of people. It is still about President Donald Trump beating Hillary Clinton out of being president. That's how deep this thing is. It's not about President Donald Trump. It's not about the death that President Donald Trump, they say he reacted too late. No, it's not about that. The real problem they have with him is that he's the president and Hillary Clinton isn't. That's the big problem. But this Operation Warp Speed, a lot of people on the left are concerned about it because every time President Donald Trump comes up with a solution, they find a way to make it a problem, right? President Donald Trump is not going to be forcing people to take a vaccine, all right? This is not mandatory. The difference between President Donald Trump and the one world order people and the people that are on the Democrat side, they are not the same. They are not of the same party. They are not going in the same direction. President Donald Trump is a nationalist and he's not a globalist. Somebody showed me an article in the Washington Post. The Washington Post. Do you know how many people in Washington voted Democrat? Do you know how many people in Washington voted Democrat? 95%. 95% of the people in Washington voted Democrat. Do you think they have a newspaper in Washington that's gonna make President Donald Trump look good? Come on, man. Come on, man. The Washington Post hates Donald Trump. The New York Times hate Donald Trump. Both of those are liberal, leftist organizations. And they don't spread news, they spread lies. They're fake news. President Donald Trump is not a globalist. Because if he were a globalist, then they would have said it. When President Donald Trump came out and said he was a nationalist, they started saying that was a dog whistle. It's a dog whistle. He's speaking loud and clear to the racists and to the rednecks and to the KKK. And he's blowing a dog whistle to them because everybody knows that a nationalist is racist. And now the Washington Times figured out that wasn't hurting him enough. So they said, oh, well, he's a globalist just like the rest of the deep state. Nothing but a lie. Do you remember when Jesus was casting those demons out of folks? And he was casting the devil out, and them devils, they couldn't resist him. They couldn't stop him. They couldn't put the light out. And the devil came up with a nice little plan. So when they started seeing Jesus, they didn't say, who art thou? Why did you come? Did you come to torment us? They didn't say, they started saying, oh, I know who you are. I know this guy. This is Jesus. You're the Son of God. Yeah, we're preaching for you. God bless you. God bless you. Well, Jesus said, hold your peace. Shut up. You're not authorized to preach the word. Come out of him. Right? And sometimes what people do when they can't beat you, they'll pretend to know you. They'll pretend to be friends with you. They'll pretend to be on your side. And because they're dirted and tainted, they know that they're dirt and taint. And your friendship with them is going to make you look bad. These demons was torturing a man, making him fall in fire, cutting him with stones, making him live in the tomb among the dead. And now you're trying to say that you're friends with Jesus? People be like, how is he friends with Jesus? Jesus is raising the dead and all this stuff, and now he's got a friend like a demon? Nah. That's just a smear thing. You know, President Donald Trump, it has nothing to do with the deep state. Right? You know, why are they doing all this, trying to kick him out of office? Why is the FBI trying to lie on him and set him up and set people up around him? Why are they doing that? Why wouldn't they just go ahead and set the one world order in place and just go ahead and do the takeover? They're trying to make it happen now, and the only problem that's stopping them is Donald Trump. If Donald Trump wasn't president here in America, we would be under the one world order right now. You understand? If they was all one, they're just one party, they're all the same. No, they're not. No, they're not. Of course, you're going to have some corrupt ones like John McCain, who died. You're going to have some dirty ones like, what's the one out of Utah? Mitt Romney. You're going to have some dirty ones like John Kerry, but John Kerry's a Democrat. You're going to have some rhinos, some fake ones. But look at the policies of the Democrats. Compare them to the Look at the policies of the Democrats and compare them to the Republicans. Are they the same? Are they pushing for the same goal? All right. When you vote, that's what you should consider. Not about whether they're in the same party, because when you vote and look at their policies, these are the things that they are going to enforce into law. Okay? These are the things that are going to become law, and these are the things that they're going to push for. They're going to apply, they're going to get judges and all that kind of stuff to help them enforce their policies. Which is another thing about Donald Trump. He's looking for judges who are constitutionalists, judges who will vote according to and rule according to the rule of law, not according to some emotional, sissified, I hate you kind of stuff. Let's look at the Constitution and let's vote according to that. But the leftists, the ones who are trying to turn this country over to the one world order, they don't want constitutional judges in there. They don't want those judges in there. And they will do everything they can, just like in the Brett Kavanaugh case, they will do everything and anything to try to stop them from coming in. All right? They don't want these people because they want to turn this country over. All right, I'm going to say this and I'm going to stop. But did y'all notice during that Brett Kavanaugh hearing, it was something so spooky and creepy. Nobody said anything about it. I didn't even do a video on it because I couldn't believe my eyes. But when he was answering the questions, there was a whole bunch of women came in looking like nuns, but they was in red dresses, and all of them were carrying a baby. And they just stared. They just looked at the back of the head of Brett Kavanaugh and stared at him. They was trying to make a statement about abortion and overturning the Roe v. Wade hearing. But let me tell you something. It's not so much about that. And they do love to kill the babies. But what they don't want is another constitutional judge in there that's going to stop them from turning this country over to the one world order. That's what makes them more angry than anything. See, we're thinking a judge is a judge, but no. Just like the judge that's over this Michael Flynn hearing. They will vote according to their dedication to party. They don't vote according to the rule of law. But we need judges in there that's going to look at the Constitution and vote according to that. And that's the rule of law. All right, y'all. God bless. I'll see y'all on the next video.